Reality check, man, from your device, you know it's a unique one, aromatic, realistic TV. Anyway, today, my viewers and subscribers, here once more to call out the Prime Minister. Because as I stated, as a prosecutor, laying out my case to the Jamaican people, I am using 9 years of video audio for the Jamaican people to convict Andrew Holness. So it is no time for distraction. There is no time for mixed message. It's just one goal around here, and it's to see the back of this administration. So, as I stated from here on, it's just work, 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 work. But we are just pointing out the Prime Minister lies. You understand? And over the years, they've been using us, taking us for fool, clowns. Come around every 5 years and laugh and make nice and buy a little rum and little food, and that's it. But we're not dependent thing there again. Because right now the country is at a pivotal moment. It is either that we are going to break or we're going to rescue our country. That's what I mean. I am on the path to help rescue my country. So the Prime Minister stand in the House of Parliament as usual, and him tell the nation a lie when him stated that during the COVID pandemic, his administration delivered one of the largest social package in the history of Jamaica. We know how the Jamaican people suffer through the COVID pandemic, but the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, is telling a different story. So that his administration delivered one of the largest social package to our people. So I have this clip that I want to present to you. But before I go into that clip, I do a content with this young lady and Rhoda Crawford. And some people are saying that aromatic no work is downgraded. And every work a work. Aromatic not downgrade work. No, I would never do that. All aromatic is trying to say, what about your self-respect? What about the self-respect that you were brought up with? What about your self-respect that your mother and your grandfather and your grandmother brought you up with? What about that pride and that confidence in with oneself? What about that pride and that confidence that we the Jamaican people used to have? Where is it? You want to tell me say that pride and confidence is all about on a roadside and do some crash program work, and an MP use you to come and do an ad for him so that she can post it on her Instagram, on her TikTok, or Facebook? Is that the pride and confidence? Is that the self-respect that we have? The honor and the dignity, the value and the principles of life? At this how we reach, at this how we gone. After we were promised 9 years ago prosperity, growth, jobs like never before. We were promised prosperity. And 9 years later, instead of the prosperity, you come give me some 1 day or some 2 day work. You go chop roadside and clean up the grass. I don't want to tell aromatics the self-respect that you have for yourself, the self-respect that you were taught by your grandparents, by your mother, the elders of your community. You want to tell me say all that pride and confidence, all that honor and dignity, the value and principle of life, you just throw away that for some crash program work and a boss feet? It's not all about no work no downgraded, brother. No work no downgraded, but also you are not downgraded. You have to hold yourself at a high standard, brother. You have to value yourself. That self-respect there. The obedience, the reverence, the discipline, the upbringing. You can't throw away them things there, brother. for some little bolo work after you were promised prosperity out. There must be something about you, man. You can't lose everything about you. So anyway, that. Let us deal with the Prime Minister now. Take it away.
The only program that has been, without question, without criticism, and I do best without one. I know you want me to stick to the script.
Listen up, you know. Listen up keenly, you know.
But Mr. Speaker, during the COVID pandemic, this administration delivered the largest social care package ever in the history of the country. All they needed to do was to go online and apply. There was no favoritism. There was no partisanship. We didn't ask where you live and which constituency you live. There was no manipulation of setting people into position to make sure that their people get. No, it was transparently done, and everyone who is a Jamaican or who was affected got the benefit. So I just want to be clear that for the persons in Otrios.
So that was the Prime Minister, bragging and boasting as usual, just telling lies. Him have him allies and him minions them in there, beat down bench and knock down desk. That's all them good for, you know, because they are a bunch of good for nothing, set of lunatic, baboon, sentimental assholes them. I am going to play you this clip with this lady now. She's a diabetic. And in the pandemic, she walk out her yard to go get some food. And she said, little before the curfew. And then hold him and throw him in a truck. And a 700,000, then charge her a court. Without any further ado, take it away.
I want to share this with you, sir. I feel hungry, I go out on the road and I go look for food for buy, sir. And anywhere, me up on the road and the police car drive down with a full curfew hours. And them carry me to jail and charge me for mass and curfew, for mass and breach a curfew. Anyway, I go a station and they lock me and put me under $100,000 bail bond, sir. And Friday gone, I go to court, sir. And the judge charged me $700,000, Mr. Prime Minister. I want to share this with you. When the bail band then charge me from Mr. Prime Minister, I have pressure, me sick. Mr. Andrew, me live on Newborn 2nd Street, Panny Boulevard. Miss Holness know me everything. My name Erica. Mr. Parnell's charge me, I'm an MP, sir. And I want to reach out to them. I want this comment go all about around the place because me never hear this in that history. 700,000.
Hear that? 700,000 them charge this lady in the pandemic for not wearing a mask and break a curfew. She's diabetic and she leave to go and get some food. But yet still, the Prime Minister stated the only program without question and criticism during the COVID pandemic, this administration, he stated, the Andrew Holness administration under the Jamaica Labour Party leadership, the largest social package ever in the history of our country. The largest social package in the history of our country. He goes on and he stated, anyone, all they needed to do was to go online and apply. It was transparently done, and everyone who is a Jamaican or who has affected got the benefit. Now, you and I know that at least 80% of Jamaicans don't own a bank book. Another 80% have no form of communication with the internet. So how will they get that money? If all they need to do is just sign up and get that money. And 80% of us don't own a bank book. The same 80% not have any access to any form of internet. So how them go get the money there? Why you just stated that during the pandemic, one of the largest package in the history of Jamaica. How did these people get the money when they don't have bank account? Most of them don't even know the first way to start to go online to apply for anything. So all this package become the largest package. When in the same pandemic, you create in your office, Andrew Holness, the DRMA, the Disaster Risk Management Act, where you charge it Jamaican citizen anywhere from 700,000 down to 150,000 for breaching curfew and not wearing a mask in the pandemic. That's what you did. In the pandemic, Andrew Holness, you receive aid from all over the world. One of the aid that you received, it wasn't a gift, it was a loan from the World Bank, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, 750,000 US you get to give to the Jamaican people for the poor and the business community. And you didn't give the people them that. Instead, what you do, you go in your office and you create the DRMA, the Disaster Risk Management Act, and you charge your people them anywhere from 700,000 down to 100,000 for not wearing a mask and breaking curfew. Remember now, in the pandemic, my viewers and subscribers, the whole world shut down. In the pandemic that he is talking about, remember the whole world shut down. Nothing on go on. Every business, tourism shut down. Backside shut down. Manufacture shut down. Everything in Jamaica shut down. The country shut right down. But the genius of a Prime Minister Andrew Holness is, he started 3 companies when the whole world locked down. Think about that. When the whole world locked down and no farmer business taking place, Andrew Holness started 3 companies. And he used those 3 companies to move around 460 million US dollars in those 3 companies. And listen here now, not one of those companies have a single employee. Oh, he did it, I don't know. And that's why I use the word, the genius of Andrew Holness, who in the heights of the pandemic, when the whole world shut down, no farmer business, Andrew Holness started 3 companies in that time. The 3 companies have no employees, but he was able to make a profit of 460 million US and have it circling around those 3 companies in the heights of the pandemic. And you are telling me the only program without question and criticism during the COVID pandemic, this administration, the Andrew Holness-led administration under the leadership of the Jamaica Labour Party, the largest social package ever in the history of our country, delivered to our people. Anyone, all they need to do was to go online and apply. It was transparently done, and everyone who is a Jamaican or who have affected got the benefit. The benefit of what? Our people were suffering. We see one of the worst disaster in the history of Jamaica when this COVID hit. And you get so much aid to give to the people, and you did not give it to the people. Instead, you give it to the people. You go inside of your office, Andrew Holness, and you create the DRMA, the Disaster Risk Management Act, and you charge the citizen of Jamaica anywhere from 700,000 down to 100,000 for not wearing a stupid mask and breaking curfew. I am going to play back that clip again with that lady who is looking for help because it seems her back was now against the wall and she have no other choice but to take to social media to show us the wickedness, the cruelty, the brutality, the heartless, the dictator, the autocratic leader that we have in time of crisis when the people don't have it. Ends can hardly meet. They don't know where the next night meal come from. You go inside your office and you create a bill, the DRMA, Disaster Risk Management Act, and you charge the Jamaican people what they did not have. Take it away.
I want to share this with you, sir. Me feel hungry, me go out on the road and me go look one food for buy, sir. And anywhere, me dey on the road and the police car drive down with a full curfew hours. And them carry me to jail and charge me for mass and curfew, for mass and breach a curfew. Anyway, me go a station and they lock me and put me under $100,000 bail bond, sir. And Friday gone me go to court, sir. And the judge charged me 700,000, Mr. Prime Minister. I want to share this with you. When the bail bond then charge me from Mr. Prime Minister, I have pressure, me sick. Mr. Andrew, me live a newborn 2nd Street, Panny Boulevard. Miss Holness know me everything. My name Erica. Mr. Parnell's charge me. I'm an MP, sir. And I want to reach out to them. I want this comment go all about around the place because me never hear this in that history. 700,000 people.
You hear what she said? I have pressure. I'm sick. And all that I do was go buy a little food and then lock her up. $100,000 bail bond. And when she go to court, then charge her 700,000. We will listen back to the Prime Minister again, my viewers and subscribers.
Only program that has been without question, without criticism, that, and I do best without one. I know you want me to stick to the script. But Mr. Speaker, during the COVID pandemic, this administration delivered the largest social care package ever in the history of the country.
That's why we have to vote out this man. There is no second thought about it. That brother here is vicious, ice, heartless. Them deliver the largest package in the COVID pandemic. When the man of Jamaican, they go line up in a Western Union to collect 10,000. Some of them have no ID. Some of them have no bank book. And the wickedest thing about it, remember when you go to Western Union, you have to pay a fee, You have to pay a fee when you go to Western Union and go collect money. And the Prime Minister know that it was a loan that him get from the World Bank, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund for the poor people and the business community. It was a loan. It was not free. So for your pitney, for me pitney, we great grand pitney have to go pay back that loan there. And Andrew Holness know that. But you want him friend them at Western Union for make a money. He send we go to Western Union, we go collect the 10,000 where them go draw a percentage. Just think about it. How wicked that brother is. We have to get rid of him. That's why me out here and a joke me can't get confused. Me locked in right now. I am on the final leg, making my presentation to the Jamaican people as a prosecutor. The evidence have to be overwhelming because me have to get Andrew Holness convicted. Me have to get Andrew Holness convicted at the polling station whenever he called the general election. That is my work. No joke about it. No joke about it, my people. Anyway, continue.
And all they needed to do was to go online and apply. There was no favoritism. There was no partisanship. We didn't ask where you live and which constituency you live. There was no manipulation of setting people into position to make sure that their people get. No, it was transparently done, and everyone who is a Jamaican or who was affected got the benefit. So I just want to be clear that for the persons in Ocherios,
it was transparently done. But remember, out of that 750,000 US, remember that Christopher Tufton cannot give account for 400,000 US. It was transparently done. But out of that 750,000 US loan that we get in the pandemic from the World Bank, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, Christopher Tufton can't give account for 400 million. So where is the transparency? And me, sister, at the Auditor General report. At the Auditor General report. So you are talking about transparency. We have to hold them accountable because the traditional media supposed to following up on these things. Hold them accountable. But the traditional media is nowhere to be found. The traditional media, they are the one that should be there, holding them accountable, hold them foot to the fire. But they are not doing it because they are in his pocket. So he stated, the only program without question and criticism during the COVID pandemic, this administration, the Andrew Holness-led GLP administration, delivered the largest social package ever in the history of our country. Anyone, all they need to do was to go online and apply. Or are we gonna go online and apply when 90% of we not have no access to internet? And next 80% we not have no bank book. So how we go apply to get this money? It was transparently done, and everyone who is a Jamaican and who has affected got the benefit. All know people the ball say them not get nothing from the COVID. It mash up people, take people out of business, and you're in the House of Parliament because you have the bully pulpit of the microphone and you can talk anything what you want to talk, say. Because the media is not there to hold you accountable, to expose you so the Jamaican people can catch you in your lies. It all boils down to independent journalists like Aromatic and others to hold your foot to the fire. To hold your foot to the fire. In the pandemic, when our back were against the wall, the whole world shut down, Jamaica shut down. Nothing na go on. The man where they wash the car, nothing na go on. The man where they cut the grass, nothing na go on. The man where they wash the dirty clothes, them nothing na go on. The man where they sell the phone card and the jerk chicken, nothing na go on. The lady where they drive around in a car and they sell nothing na go on. The carpenter, nothing na go on for him. The mason, nothing na go on for him. The plumber, nothing na go on for him. The barber, nothing na go on for him. The nail tech, nothing na go on for him. The hairdresser, nothing na go on for them. The eagle, them in the market, nothing na go on. The whole Jamaica shut down, brother. Back against the wall. The whole world in a frenzy. Enough people don't know where their next meal is coming from. And you get 750,000 US alone to give to the Jamaican people in the heights of these crises. And you did not give it to the people. And you're in a parliament now want to take bragging rights to gain political mileage and photo up. But your administration during the COVID pandemic deliver one of the largest social package in the history of Jamaica. I want to go with that. We there around here for hold accountable. Because I tell you already, me represent the inner city, the urban community, rural Jamaica, the ghetto, the garrison, the youth from the trench and the mud, the grit, the grind. At them me represent. So right now, me have to just out here, they try to just open up them eyes and make things lodge in them cranium. And know that anytime you call the general election, that is the last time we're gonna hear about you, Andrew Holness. Because we have to get rid of you, because you are one of the wickedest things I ever seen in the history of Jamaica. Anyway, my viewers and subscribers, tell me what you think in the comment section. We tell them say a God and good road, Me say when we shoot a bullseye, we don't deal with propaganda, we don't do gossip. We don't do tabloid, and we don't deal with fake news. We shoot and we shoot straight. Everything have to clear like a crystal, because the people cannot be misled. We have to motivate the people right now and have them on track like a well-oiled machine. Make them pump up and ready anytime him sound the trumpet. That is the last of them. They continue to tell us that the signature word, it remain heart of love. Until then, on the matic, we'll chat again. Peace and love. I'm out.